fall, football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, $5 Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1. Wednesday, October 14th, and we find ourselves at Cedar High School for the final game of the 2020 regular season, a season that some thought might not happen, a season that in other places is just beginning. But here in Southern Utah, Region 9 and 4A football, the regular season wraps up tonight as the Cedar Reds host the Snow Canyon Warriors. Ryan Steinekert here with Christian Esparza. And Christian, the matchup here, the implications on region standings and possibly even RPA and state seeding are tremendous.
Definitely. Coming into the game, I know Cedar, they definitely have a very high-powered offense. I went over their game against Canyon View, the other Cedar City high school, and Cedar High put up over 800 yards of total offense. So we know they're capable of putting up big numbers. We'll see what can happen as far as how this can affect the playoffs.
It's interesting you bring up the offense because Cedar last year had 9th rated offense in 4A, and they've improved on that this year. They brought back 10 starters from last year's squad, and in Region 9 they're scoring almost 35 points per game. Plus defensively they've been even a little bit better, 19 points allowed in Region 9. As for Snow Canyon, they are scoring 39 points per game. They're allowing a little bit more than what Cedar is, 21 points a game, but you look at that 18-point differential, and this Snow Canyon team, they're a tough one. Their only loss in the region was a last-second missed field goal, and they fell just short against Pineview. Other than that, they have dominated Region 9.
Right, that game against Pineview, like you said, it came down to the very last second, and right now Pineview's number one in this region. But both of these two teams, Cedar and Snow Canyon, they're definitely not to be messed with.
Cedar comes in at 6-3 overall, 4-2 in the region. Snow Canyon at a clip of 7-1 overall and 5-1 in the region. Now, as Utah high school fans, sports fans know, the RPI now plays the role, right, not even just the bigger role, but the role in determining playoff seeding. So you could even have a situation where, let's say Cedar wins tonight, improves to 7-3 overall, 5-2 in the region, and Snow Canyon would drop to 7-2 overall, one less loss, but Snow Canyon still could go in as the higher seed in the RPI into the state playoffs. Now that's absolutely feasible when you consider in the latest RPI rankings before the UHSAA took those down, Snow Canyon was ranked 4th and Cedar was down I think around 9th or 10th.
Right.
Bottom line is for both these teams, come out, get it done on the field.
Exactly.
We'll take a quick timeout and hear from some of our sponsors. This pregame show is sponsored by Wendy's at 185 North, 1225 West in Cedar City. We'll hear from Wendy's and we'll be back. We've got opening kickoff in a moment on Thunder 91. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Back at Cedar High for more coverage here on Thunder 91. Snow Canyon at Cedar. Now the Cedar Reds are coached by Josh Bennett. He's in his 6th season leading the Reds, and he's a graduate of Millard High School here in just a little bit further north in Utah, and then went to Southern Utah University. As for Coach Mike Esplin of Snow Canyon, in his 4th year, attended Snow Canyon High School, and then is a graduate of the University of Utah. Now, we've got an interesting matchup tonight. When you look at what these two teams have done in the rest of Region 9, Christian, it's an interesting I look at what they did against teams like, Crimson Cliffs, Dixie, Canyon View, Desert Hills, Hurricane, and the scores are pretty similar.
Right.
Between what Cedar did against those teams versus what Snow Canyon did against those teams. But there's a big difference in what Snow Canyon did against Pineview and what happened with Cedar against Pineview.
Definitely.
Cedar, do you have that in front of you?
I do not, but correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Cedar did lose to Dixie.
Right. Cedar lost to Dixie. Snow Canyon beat Dixie 32-21 last week. Not too different of a score, but all the other games like Hurricane, Cedar beat 49-0. Snow Canyon beat Hurricane 44-0, for an example. But then when you look at the Pineview matchup, Cedar played Pineview early in the season and lost 55-21. Snow Canyon, as we mentioned, played Pineview just a couple weeks ago and lost 36-35. Snow Canyon had, I think, about a 40-yard field goal that would have won the game, and it came up just short or wide left, if I remember right. But a big difference in that game, especially compared with when you look at the other scores against region teams. So it's an interesting, it puts me in a situation of probably give Snow Canyon the edge, but you never really know.
Right, and one thing you got to realize too, at the beginning of every season, sometimes high school teams especially are still trying to figure out their identity. So sometimes you'll have a bit of a lopsided game like that when a team, Cedar City for example, is still trying to figure out what they're going to do offensively.
Absolutely. So Cedar City, again, they come in at an overall record 6-3 and 4-2, and looks like we just had the coin toss. Cedar won and deferred.
Snow Canyon will receive the football to begin the football game.
So Snow Canyon will receive the opening kickoff. We welcome you tuned in on Thunder 91. Want to thank Hannah McKeever back in the studio for getting things going for us. And boy, a beautiful night here in Cedar, 73 degrees for a mid-October game. Can't complain about that.
Right.
Our pregame show has been brought to you by Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane. Happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth of this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. This game tonight, of course, being played on a Wednesday night because of fall break. So both teams and many teams throughout Utah elected to play on Wednesday night. We've got other games going on in Region 9. Canyon View hosting Dixie. Crimson Cliffs is at Desert Hills, and Pineview hosts Hurricane. Canyon View, or Snow Canyon rather, led by Landon Fry. There's a bunch of Frys, and did you find some stats on it? His stats are pretty impressive.
Definitely. And another player I was looking at on this Snow Canyon roster is their running back, and his name is Bretton Stone. He actually leads the team in rushing and receiving yards. So sounds like he's a pretty great player. I'm excited to watch what he can do tonight.
Sounds like we're going to have the national anthem here.
And the national anthem will be
presented by Cedar High School. So we'll take another quick timeout, hear from more of our sponsors, and be right back with the opening kickoff. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
Thank you, Pep Band.
Plenty of media coverage here tonight. Looks like we'd got.
Also like to thank SUU Aviation.
SUU Aviation.
And they will be dropping the game
Fly
ball
over there. They're
momentarily.
going to drop the game ball. We'll see if someone can catch this thing. We've seen this a few times this season. And I don't know that much about SUU's aviation program, but I imagine this gives some training pilots a chance to get out, get some air time, and provide a fun service for the local high school teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your masks on.
They are pushing the masks tonight. I think Governor Herbert recently gave a new mandate of having masks in any kind of public setting.
We must have fans in
the area.
Wearing masks, or we cannot play
Cedar
this
Reds
game.
come out on the field.
Please.
Reds looking to improve on last season's 5th place finish in Region 9. Snow Canyon finished 4th. Now if the Reds win this game tonight, they would put themselves in a tie for 2nd with Snow Canyon and would win the tiebreaker. If Snow Canyon wins, you'd have a clear 1st, 2nd, 3rd between Pineview 1st, Snow Canyon 2nd, and look likely Cedar in 3rd place. Here comes the football from about 100 feet up, and it dropped right onto the turf.
Once again, thank you.
Good pass.
Good pass.
Again, our pregame show has been brought to you by Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane. Proud to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth of this area. Christian, where are you from?
I'm from Brigham City.
Brigham City. So is that Box Elder High School?
Correct.
Play football or other sports up there?
I did. I played football, I wrestled a little bit, and I also did a little bit of track and field.
Okay. Be interesting tonight. Jaron Garrett is the senior quarterback for the Cedar Reds. He's passed for almost 2,300 yards. That's, I think, 2nd or 3rd in 4A Utah football. Also has 16 touchdowns, but his interceptions have crept up a bit this year. As for Landon Fry of Snow Canyon, now I question whether these statistics are complete, but what we've got access to, he's completing almost 70% of his passes with 17 touchdowns and no interceptions.
That no interception stat, that's very impressive.
Yeah, incredible. Fry, a senior this year. Snow Canyon with the gold helmets, white uniforms and pants, green numerals. The Reds in their home red with the white numerals and gold helmets. Reds are in their 73rd year. Snow Canyon, 26 years of playing football. Two state championships in 96 and 99. Reds kick this one off. Hernandez Hinojosa kicks it deep, and it's fielded about the 3. This may be Hendricks on the return to the 10, 15. Cuts out to the left sideline to the 20. 30-yard line, on the sideline to the 40. Finally shoved out near midfield, and a big return for Brandon Doe.
Now that's a way to start off the game.
Brandon Goff with the return.
They always say kickoff is where you come out and establish how how physical you're gonna be all game. And as far as Snow Canyon returning that, just heard about 43 yards. Pretty good return. Great return and great field position for Snow Canyon Warriors from their own 43-yard line. It was against Canyon View. Braxton Torres returned the opening kickoff 99 yards for a touchdown. Snow Canyon first down. Cedar's defense has been a little better this year statistically than last year. We'll see what they can do against a high-powered offense of Snow Canyon. And Snow Canyon hurts themselves right off the bat with a false start penalty.
False start on the Warriors.
That's unfortunate. First play of the game.
Still first down.
That's definitely not what you want from your offensive line.
First quarter, we're just underway. here at Cedar High School. And Snow Canyon back 5 yards on a false start penalty. Back to their own 37-yard line, 38-yard line for 1st and 10. Ball near the left hash. Trips right. One man comes out and another goes back to the other side of the field. Shotgun formation and a spread for Snow Canyon. Fry in the shotgun, calls for it and gives the handoff up the middle. Nothing there. Trying to bounce it outside and nowhere to go. A loss of 3 or 4.
Great play by the defensive end. Their main job is to hold the line of scrimmage and make sure nothing really gets around them to the outside. So whenever you see a play get stuffed right at the line right there, most of the time that's the defensive end doing their job.
Not sure who the ball carrier was there. We'll just count that to Britton Stone. A loss of 3. 2nd down, about 18. Again from the shotgun. Handoff, same player running left, finds a little room across the 40 to the 42. Titan Morris, the ball carrier, picks up about 5.
Stubbs on the stop for the Reds.
Titan Morris, he's second on this team in rushing. I'd expect to see him get a few carries here and there.
6 yards unofficially on that second carry. Brings up a 3rd and about 12 for Snow Canyon. Fry in the shotgun with trips right. Looks to his right. Plenty of time to throw. Over the middle. Caught going to his knees with 1st down yardage. And Snow Canyon moves the chains. Brooks Esplin with the catch.
Great job by Esplin finding a nice little soft spot right underneath the safeties, able to pick up the 1st down, 3rd and long.
At the 43 of Cedar. 16 yards and a 1st down. So Landon Fry and the Warriors move the chains. 1st and 10 in Cedar territory. Fry from the shotgun, quick throw, wide receiver screen to the left side. Some room to run and about a 6-yard gain. Picking his way forward for a few.
Pass caught by Jordan Wade.
That was a great little play design, having the other receiver out there set a really nice block, helping the ball carrier pick up a couple extra yards.
2nd down and 3.
So Jordan Wade picks up 7. Fry starts 2 for 2, 23 yards. And from the Cedar 36-yard line, 2nd down and about 3. No score. 9.5 left to play 1st quarter. Fry in the shotgun, sends a man in motion. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Fakes the throw that way and then keeps it himself, left side for the run. Quarterback keeper dives inside the 30 for a 1st down and a little bit more. Landon Fry moves the chains.
Great play by Fry. I don't know if the run was designed to the left, but Cedar High sent a blitz and they had all their defenders going to the one side. So I don't know if Fry was supposed to go left or if he read that and bounced out by himself, but regardless, that was a great pickup.
According to the stats, Fry has more carries than anybody else on the team, but because of sacks, he's only at about 3 yards per carry. He goes for 8 and a 1st down on that run. 1st and 10, Snow Canyon, ball in the left hash. Fry back to throw. Quick, comfortable throw out to the left on a button hook, wide open. And Jordan Wade picks up about 12. Another 1st down.
Ben Ellis, Kobe White.
Down to the 15. That's a 13-yard gain.
Aside from that first running play, Snow Canyon is having no trouble running the ball or moving the ball at all.
Landon Fry, 3 for 3, 36 yards. Cedar's got to find some kind of adjustment defensively. As, Christian, you're right. They're just moving at will. 2 receivers right, 2 wide left. They spread things out. Fry fakes the handoff up the middle, quick slant over the middle, and a 1st down, a little bit more down near the 6. And the Cedar crowd, we're sitting amongst the crowd, quiet.
And so far, Snow Canyon, they're having success in these real short to intermediate routes.
With the stop at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
Brooks sorry, go ahead.
We've seen lots of curls, a couple slants, and that's where they're being successful.
Another 13 yards down to the 2. And Snow Canyon with a 1st and goal. They spread it out again. 2 receivers to the right. And one wide left. Fry takes the snap, quick slant again, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
Intended for
Jordan Wade, incomplete.
Second down.
First incompletion of the game for Landon Fry.
That pass looked just a little bit too high for the receiver to get there. The corner did a good job of pressing him right off the line of scrimmage.
It was a catchable ball, but
right
in and out of the hands. 7:56 left first quarter. No score, but Snow Canyon at the doorstep. Two receivers right, two on the left side, one in tight near the line. Fry in the shotgun. Pistol back behind him. Here's the snap. Fry keeps it himself, starts right, nothing there, back left, dances into the end zone, touchdown. Snow Canyon leads 6-0.
There goes Fry showing off his athleticism. He put on a juke that you don't see from many quarterbacks.
Yeah, that was some good quick feet, and Landon Fry put Snow Canyon on the board. A 2-yard touchdown run. 9 plays on that drive for Snow Canyon. Hey, we got that spot right there in front for you.
Jacob Whitworth in to attend the extra point.
So Snow Canyon on the board, kicks the extra point. It is up and good.
Extra point is good.
And the Warriors lead 7-0. We'll take a quick timeout, hear a word from our sponsors, and be right back on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane.
Nine plays, 57 yards, 4 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, and Snow Canyon leads 7-0. And they moved at the ball at will on that drive.
Definitely.
High, short kick by the Warriors. Takes a bounce at the 20. And Cedar fields it about the 15. Left side, some room to run. Broken tackle to the 40. 45 near 50 goes Jack Cook.
So Cedar comes right back. They answer with their own great return.
Boy, Cedar needed that momentum shift, and maybe that nice return will give it to him.
The first thing I noticed was the blocking. That was great blocking by the return team.
They set up a nice wedge for him. He broke one tackle and had lots of room to run. So Cedar starts 1st and 10 from its own 49-yard line, right near midfield. Great field position. Jaron Garrett, second-year starter for the Reds, sends Braxton Torres in motion. The snap high and hot, and Garrett has to go back and fall on it for a loss on first down, back to the 39.
Fumbled snap at the
and Garrett comes into this game averaging just over 9 yards a carry. That fumble, loss of about 10 yards, that's definitely going to hurt his average.
Garrett is the second leading rusher on the team. Seth Brinkerhoff with 9 touchdowns and 7 yards per carry, 480 yards coming into the game is the team leader. Ball in the left hash, Cedar attacking right to left from our view on Thunder 91 and here at Cedar High School. That's south to north, right to left. Garrett brings Torres again in motion, right to left, fakes the handoff to him and pitches out right on the option play. A little bit of room for Brinkerhoff, gets back to about the 34 or the 44-yard line. It'll be a second and long, third and long, excuse me.
Brenton Child.
Out to the 43, a 4-yard gain for Brinkerhoff. And Cedar needs a big play to keep that momentum going after that big kick return.
Definitely. Momentum, it matters a lot, especially in these games right here to determine playoff seeding.
Targets here looking for maybe Colby White or Jack Cook have been big play targets for the Cedar Reds team this season. White on the left hash. Garrett fakes the throw to White, and then it's the stop and go. White creates some separation, but can't hang on to it. Hits his chest and bounces off as some hand fighting from the cornerback, incomplete.
that was his man. White, he comes in well over. He's got a really big lead on his team as far as receiving yards go, and he's the #1 receiver here, but just couldn't haul that ball in.
Some Cedar fans wanted pass interference, and there certainly was some contact from both players. Looked like Cook put his hands up as well. So the Reds into a 4th down and about 16 will be forced into a punting situation. Snow Canyon with 2 return men back about their own 20-yard line to return this punt. A low snap, fumbled, picked up, and booted off the side of his foot right sideline, and it does not even quite make the first down marker, which was at the Snow Canyon 41. The punt goes out at the 43.
Yeah, this is definitely not the start that Cedar High wanted. Canyon View, their defense looked a little confused on that play. They had an edge rusher come in, and it looked like he could have blocked the kick, but I don't know if he didn't realize that the snap was fumbled. But nevertheless, it was a shanked punt.
No pressure on that punter. He had plenty of time to fumble it, pick it up, and get it off. Snow Canyon 1st and 10, again from their own 43-yard line. That's where they started their first drive. 9 plays, 57 yards, and scored. Landon Fry, quick throw on a button hook, left side. Caught, first down, and a little bit more to the left sideline. Jordan Wade moves the chains.
Tackle made by Connor Hardman.
And into Cedar territory at the 43. 14 yards, and that seems like Snow Canyon, they've been able to do that all night so far and content to do that. It keeps working.
And it's not just moving the ball for 4 yards a pop. They're getting a first down on over half their plays.
Landon Fry, 5 of 6, 63 yards unofficially, plus 10 rushing yards and a touchdown to start tonight's game. Pretty good start for the senior quarterback of Snow Canyon. Trips out to the right, and the running back heads out that way as well. Throw to him in the flat. He's got some room and blockers downfield to the 20, or the 30. Finally brought down about the 26. Titan Morris on the reception.
Right, and on that play, he ran into the motion out to the right. That's where they had the trips. Those 3 wide receivers outright, they became lead blockers in that play, and they helped him pick up a pretty good chunk of yards.
17 yards and a first down. Snow Canyon at the Cedar 26. Ball on the right hash. Beautiful night here in Cedar. Temperatures right around 70 degrees for kickoff tonight. Trips to the left. Fry in the shotgun, brings a man in motion and hands to that running back or to that receiver around the left side. Finds some room, has a first down or close to it before the Reds finally get some arms on him and slow him down, bring him down.
For a second, it looked like he was going to break loose there, but that was a great job by Cedar of wrapping him up in the open field.
And that's Brandon Gaw on the carry. All the way to the, where did they spot that? The 13?
Just about.
Man, 13 more yards.
Go deep.
And Cedar's defense has some adjustments to make. They got to figure something out. Trips on the right side with a slot back on the right. Fry takes the snap all the way, a quarterback keeper. Left side, breaks a tackle and dives inside the 5. He's very close to the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
Snow Canyon.
Wow.
Landon Fry.
Again, a very athletic play by the quarterback, Fry. Great job staying on his feet, getting out of the hands of the first tackler, and doing everything he can to get into the end zone. That's what you want to see from the leader of your team.
So Fry with 3 carries, 2 of them for touchdowns, 23 yards, and Snow Canyon with an early lead. 13-0 as they line up for the extra point. Extra point is up and through the uprights, no trouble. Snow Canyon leads by 2 touchdowns early on. We'll take another quick timeout and hear a word from our sponsors on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
Just 4 plays on that drive, 57 yards and a minute 57 off the clock. Snow Canyon leads 14-0 here on Thunder 91. Cedar couldn't get much going on its first offensive possession after a long and good return on the kickoff. See if they can get something going on this second offensive possession. This is a Cedar team that averages 35 points per game in Region 9 play and 34 points a game overall this season. 4:03 left first quarter, and again, Snow Canyon leads 14-0. It's a better, deeper kick. Braxton Torres watches it go over his shoulder into the end zone for a touchback, and Cedar will start from its own 20.
Compared to their first drive, Snow Canyon came out in that second drive just ready to score. They came in with really good field position, and a lot of times on the first drive you'll see a team come in and they'll have plays that they wanted to run coming into the game, but that second drive, man, they just moved the ball the exact way they wanted to, and they just pounded it right in.
So 1st and 10, Cedar from their own 20, ball right in the middle of the field. The Reds run a spread offense. Jaron Garrett has 2 backs this time. Brian White on his right hip. Seth Brinkerhoff on his left hip. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Takes the snap and fakes to White, keeps it himself up the middle and runs into a couple linebackers about the 25. Garrett goes down.
Perhaps we've got a little situation of we've seen your quarterback, now here's ours.
And Joseph Arlotti.
Garrett certainly is a capable ball carrier. 2nd on the team in yardage. That carry actually, that'll keep him still at 2nd because of the loss of 10 earlier.
Injury down on the field.
Spot him right at the 25. Bring up a 2nd and 5. You should have who that injury is?
I think it's number 7, Wesley Tuanu.
I hope it's just maybe a little cramp or something and that he can get back out here quickly. We'll take a quick timeout in the meantime in this Ogden's Flooring and Design first quarter. We'll be right back on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
But we're good. Okay. Welcome back to Cedar High School, where Snow Canyon leads 14-0. They've scored on their first 2 possessions and moved the ball fairly easily. Cedar, a 2nd down and 5 after a 5-yard gain for Jaron Garrett on 1st down, a quarterback keeper. It was an option play. Garrett back to throw this time. No, quarterback keeper again. Finds some room left side. Lots of room across the 40. Tripped up to the 45. A 1st down and more for Cedar.
Great play call right there. I really love the draw. It's a very effective play when it works.
They spot that right at the 45. A 20-yard run for Jaron Garrett. Puts him at 3 carries, 15 yards in the game. Reds move the chains, 1st and 10. Again, Cedar attacking right to left from our view here at Cedar High School. 2 back set, 2 receivers left on the short side of the field. Give to Brian White. Breaks 1 tackle, can't get away from a 2nd man, and he goes down in the backfield at the 44, loss of 1.
Cedar came out on that play, no huddle. It looks like they're going to do it again. We'll see if they can wear down this Snow Canyon defense as the game goes on.
White has averaged 7.5 yards per carry, but loses a yard on that carry. 2nd and 11, ball on the left hash, 2 receivers left. Torres in motion, and Garrett gives the ball to Torres on the end around. He's got some room, big space, 1st down, a little bit more, spun down at the 40 of Snow Canyon.
Torres is very quick. He's probably one of the fastest receivers on this Cedar High team, and that was a great way to utilize him on the end around right there.
16 yards, Braxton Torres. That's his 22nd carry of the season. He's got 170 rushing yards. Reds in Snow Canyon territory. Give to Brinkerhoff. Quick give right up the middle, and he drags a couple defenders forward. Picks up a few extra with the 2nd effort to the 33.
What I noticed there, that was a good job just putting his head down and picking up as many yards as he could.
Brinkerhoff, a tough ball carrier, and can do just that. We saw it. Second down and a short four. We'll call it 3. Gain of 7 for Brinkerhoff. 14-0. Snow Canyon leads with 1:48 left first quarter. The Warriors have had 2 possessions and have moved the ball 13, 14 yards at a time and scored twice. Garrett from the shotgun. 2 receivers left. 2-back set. Takes the snap and gives to Brinkerhoff right side. He gets the edge and then cuts up the field, has the first down, still pushing, driving, and picks up a couple extra yards to the 26, the 27.
1st and 10.
We're going to break the table tonight.
Yeah.
We better watch our equipment doesn't fall off too. 1st and 10, Cedar at the Snow Canyon 27. 2-back set. Garrett gives again to Brinkerhoff. Up the middle, big hole, first down and more inside the 15.
Giant hole. It looks like Cedar's having pretty good success running up the middle, right up the gut.
Looks like they spot it right at about the 15-yard line, and Snow Canyon takes a timeout as they feel like they need to make an adjustment. This first quarter is brought to you by Ogden's Flooring and Design. We'll hear from them on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
Well, the Reds moving the football well, and it's been mostly with the run on this drive, Christian.
Right up the middle too, especially on these last few plays. They've just been going right at the Snow Canyon defense.
Seth Brinkerhoff with 3 carries for 25 yards on the drive, and then you've got Jaron Garrett, who's carried for 25 yards on this drive as well. Cedar would like to keep things rolling on this possession. Trailing 14-0 with time running down in the first quarter. Reds at the Snow Canyon 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Ball on the right hash, 2-back set. Was very effective in the first half against Dixie a couple weeks ago. Garrett back to throw. Nope, quarterback keeper and dives into the line.
Garrett with the keeper.
Snow Canyon got some better pressure this time.
Tackle made by Joseph Arlotti.
Short gain for Garrett of maybe 1.
A touchdown on this drive will really do wonders for Cedar's momentum.
Yeah, Red's got to get on the board here, especially the way Snow Canyon's moving the football.
Right.
1 wide receiver wide out to the left side. Ball on the right hash. That's Colby White all by himself out on the left. Garrett takes the snap, quarterback option, and keeps it himself and reads up the middle for a short gain.
Joseph Arlotti.
That was a great job by the defensive line there to just clog up every single running lane there was. Made it very difficult for Garrett to pick up any yards.
Give Garrett a couple yards on the carry. 3rd down and 8. A long 7. Torres and White on the left side. And time runs down in the first quarter. Snow Canyon leads 14-0. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back with second quarter action here on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane.
Reds trail 14-0 on Thunder 91. You can watch live on SUUnews.net. Reds facing a 3rd and a long 7 at the Snow Canyon 12-yard line. Garrett in the shotgun. A little movement on the Snow Canyon line, but not into the neutral zone. Reds run some trickery, and Braxton Torres has some room on the right side inside the 10. One Warrior saw things coming, stayed home, and busted the play up. Titan Morris on the tackle.
That was a great play by the defender as far as staying home and being there to make the tackle on the reverse.
Torres down to the 8-yard line. That's 4 yards.
Timeout called Cedar.
And Cedar takes a timeout to discuss. 4th down and a long 3.
Staley West Incorporated,
They're at the
Southwest
8.
Technical College, Southern Utah Vision Care.
I'd say you got to go for it here.
Go for it here?
Definitely. I think Cedar needs a touchdown as far as staying in this game. Snow Canyon's offense is rolling right now, and I think if Cedar gets anything less than a touchdown right here, they're going to have a hard time keeping up the rest of the game.
I think you're right about that. You're down at the Snow Canyon 8-yard line, and boy, you got to be able to pick up 3 yards. Or maybe the question right now will be answered that Cedar can't keep up with Snow Canyon if you can't get 3 yards when you need it.
Right. Cedar does have some very special athletes on this team, so hopefully they can pick up those 3 yards. But at the same time, Snow Canyon, they've got some very good players as well.
11:35 left second quarter. Snow Canyon with 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. They've moved the ball almost at will. Landon Fry with 2 rushing scores, plus he's got 6 of 7 for 80 yards through the air. Cedar's Jaron Garrett, 0 for 1 passing. This drive has been all on the ground. Cedar comes out to go for it. 2 receivers left, 1 wide right. 2 back set. Garrett rolling to his left, looking back across his body over the middle. Colby White in and out of his hands. He was open. The throw behind him, and White couldn't quite catch it.
That was a very difficult throw. Garrett rolling out to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. That's pretty hard to be able to contort your body and make that throw. Also an interesting play call right there is they've only thrown 1 other time in this game. But nonetheless, they could have had it, but we'll see if their defense can come up with a stop right here.
Boy, it was an interesting play call and a good play call. It caught Snow Canyon off guard. White just couldn't quite make the catch. So Snow Canyon takes over 1st and 10 from its own 8-yard line. They started the previous 2 possessions from their own 43 and scored fairly easily. 2 receivers right. Slot back on the left, moves to the right. Landon Fry runs into his running back and then holds on to the football himself. Out across the 10 to about the 12 for a gain of 4.
Right, as you said, maybe some miscommunication right there between the quarterback and running back. They kind of ran into each other in the backfield.
It's a little scary for the Cedar defense when a miscommunication, a broken play still ends up in a 4-yard gain by the quarterback.
Definitely. That just shows how special a player Fry is.
So a 2nd down and 6. Snow Canyon.
Let's go, D!
In their road whites, green jerseys, or green numbers, white jerseys. Snow Canyon is in its 26th year of playing football, and again won state championships in 96 and 99. Fry from the pistol. Back, looks to throw, slings it out to his right, caught and immediately brought down, maybe even for a loss.
Great play by the defender. He was right there, and even though the receiver was able to make the catch, credit to the receiver, by the way, for climbing all the way up there and grabbing the ball, but as you said, the defender was able to turn it into a loss of yards right there.
So Gaw actually was out in front of the line of scrimmage, a 1-yard gain for Snow Canyon. And that's maybe just my bad old man eyes. I was thinking he lost a yard when he gained a yard. 3rd down and 5. Fry with 3 receivers left, 1 wide on the right. The running back goes out in motion to the left, and then Fry keeps it himself on the quarterback keeper and gets very close, but it looks like Colby White brought him down just shy of the 1st down.
Good open field tackle right there by Cedar.
First down marker, it'll be 4th down.
They spot him down right about the 16, 17-yard line, a 4-yard gain, but indeed just short of the first down marker. So Fry, now Snow Canyon not immediately into a punting formation. You got to wonder here on a 4th and 1, are they thinking about going for it? Do they have that kind of confidence?
I would definitely think so, especially considering how easily they've been able to move the ball all game.
From their own 16-yard line, Snow Canyon going for it on 4th down. Fry gives up the middle, and it's a first down. Broken tackle and more for Titan Morris across the Cedar 20 to the 25.
Morris out there just showing that he's stronger than anybody on that defense right there. He trucked right over a defender.
26-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain. Titan Morris, who came in with 254 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on 38 carries. And again, looking at these stats, I gotta wonder if they're complete, the stats that made available for Snow Canyon. 2 receivers right, 2 wide left. Fry again in the shotgun in the spread. Takes the snap quickly, throws into the right flat to Titan Morris, breaks a tackle and scampers down the sideline.
Out to Titan Morris.
Out to the Cedar 30, or to their own 35 and near a first down.
It's been a while since Snow Canyon has had a play for negative yards. A testament to their offense right here.
Another 9 yards and brings up a 2nd down and short. These are some high percentage passes from Landon Fry, 6 of 8 for 89 yards unofficially.
Get in there, guys! Pressure!
2nd down, 1. The Warriors, do you take a shot here? Fry back to throw, spins away, backs up, pressure comes, and he is brought down clear back inside the 20.
Great play by the defense right there. I was just about to talk about when you brought up his completion percentage. Most of his passes have been little short, quick throws. He hasn't really taken a whole lot of shots downfield. Right there he tries, but covers by the defense really well, and the defensive line is able to get there. Big loss.
Fry also lost the football, but Snow Canyon recovered at the 22. A 14-yard loss on the sack brings up 3rd and 14. For a senior quarterback, Fry's got to find a spot and just get rid of that rather than taking a 14-yard loss. 3 receivers left, 1 wide right. Fry in the shotgun. Titan Morris behind him in the pistol. Fry looks right, looks back to his left, plenty of time, throws over the middle, knocked away at the last second by Charles Cook on the defense.
Amazing play by the corner right there. What a difference on that play, on the amount of time that Fry had to throw the ball. These Cedar fans are calling for holding, but nevertheless, he had what looked like all night. But it was a great play by the corner to get in there and break up the pass.
I got to assume Snow Canyon will punt here on a 4th and 14. 2nd quarter, 7:02 left to play in this first half, and Cedar trails 14-0. Good snap, and the punt is away. Fairly short, wobbly line drive. Couple of bounces, and Torres picks it up, breaks a tackle at the 35 to the 45, and brought down about the 47.
Tackle made by number 20, Kyle Kennedy. Cook gives the Reds of the football at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Reds.
Our apologies. We're in the bleachers, and fans stomping on the bleachers are knocking our equipment all over the place.
Why are you guys on the bleachers?
That's where they put us.
Here we go!
There's a lot of room there.
So a 1st and 10 Cedar from their own 47-yard line. Good field position after that punt return. Give up the middle, Brian White, not much room, and stood up after a yard, maybe 2.
Good job by Cedar on forcing a punt right there. Now, hopefully for them, they can punch this in on this drive. Get some points up on the board.
To the 49, 2-yard gain. Brian White, 2 carries, 1 yard of offense.
Warriors.
Garrett keeps it himself to the right side and picks up a couple. Not much, but across midfield into Snow Canyon territory at the 47. Cedar right back.
3rd down and 5.
And set to go. 3 yards on that carry. Make it 4 yards. 3rd and 5. Garrett from the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 wide right. Again, the 2-back set. Garrett takes the snap, rolls to his left, has time, pressure comes, throws right, and diving catch, Charles Cook. No, that's Jack Cook on the catch.
Covered and tackled by number 22, Brooks Esco.
Great route by Cook on that little
1st down
comeback,
Reds
but it was
at
also
the
a great
38-yard
pickup
line.
by the running back, picking up an edge rusher right there, giving Garrett plenty of time to find a receiver.
9 yards on the catch. First completion of the game for Jaron Garrett. Two-back set again, ball on the right hash. Give to Brian White around the left. Brinkerhoff lead blocker, and one man cuts
Brian
inside
White
and
with the keeper.
gets to White in the backfield for a loss of a couple.
Tackle made by number 52, Hayden Fry.
Hayden Fry got into the backfield, and White loses 2.
Lots of fries on the Snow Canyon team.
That's folks who followed Snow Canyon Region 9 football are familiar with that last name, Fry. Fries have been around for some time with Snow Canyon. 2nd down and 12. Screen play, left side, caught, and inside the 40 to the 35. Colby White picks up a few.
Good job fighting for yards right there.
Tackle made
And
by
I said 45, I think meant
Jacoby
35, so
Keeper.
Colby White to the 35-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and about 7. Cedar's pass offense so far, not much, just 14 yards. We're in the 2nd quarter, 4 minutes left to play. Snow Canyon leads 14-0.
Here we go, Cedar!
Cedar taking its time, trying to eat up some clock and keep that Snow Canyon offense off the field. Of course, as Christian said, Cedar's got to score here. 3rd down and 6. Garrett, quarterback keeper, on the draw, dives ahead to about
Garrett
the
with
30.
keeper
He'll be a couple yards short of the
Tackle
first
made
down.
by Joseph Arlotti.
From up here, it looked like he got a bit closer to the first down than that, but another 4th down and short right here. They have to go for it. I mean, they're still out there. No field goal team. A little bit too far for a field goal, but hopefully they can pick this up.
3 yards, or 4 yards on the carry for Garrett. 4th and 3. 2 receivers right. Garrett takes the snap and running left. Option play, pitch to White, nothing. He breaks 1 tackle and dives back to the line of scrimmage.
Brian White.
Man, it looked like the whole Snow
Stopped
Canyon
short of the
defense
first
was right
down
there.
at the
Tons of white
31-yard
jerseys.
line.
So White picks up nothing, and the Reds, for the 2nd consecutive possession, get it into Snow Canyon territory and then turn it over on downs. 2nd quarter, 3:05 left to play in this first half, and Snow Canyon takes over from its own 32.
Cedar's offense facing lots of 3rd downs. They're having a bit of trouble on 1st and 2nd down moving the ball.
Trips to the left for Landon Fry and his offense. Snow Canyon leads 14-0. Fry, quick swing out into the flat, and Morris has some room and blockers. Flag flies as he gets across the 50, sideline to the 40, breaks a tackle and tripped up inside the 35, but a flag down clear back around the 35 of Snow Canyon.
Tackle was made by
This one's coming back.
Dotson.
It's only the 2nd penalty of the ball game. Did I miss some? You remember any? This has been a clean game, hasn't it, Christian?
I thought that was the first.
We had that false start on Snow Canyon's
right,
first
the very
play.
first play of the game. So, yeah, other than that, this is
Block
the
in
2nd
back
penalty of the
is
game.
foul.
Block in the back. It took place in front of the line of scrimmage, about the 37-yard line,
It will remain 1st down.
and take it 10 yards back from there. So the line of scrimmage moved back, was that the 27? 2nd and 15, or excuse me, 1st and 15, Warriors.
Hey, get fired up, D! Let's be tough! Here we go, D!
Snow Canyon with trips right, one receiver left, and some movement. That wide receiver on the left side just leaned forward for a false start.
False start on the Warriors.
So now that'll put them on about 1st and 20, correct?
Yeah. 1st and 20 back at their own 22. But remember, Snow Canyon is converted from, I think they had a 3rd and 13 on their first possession and converted. See if Cedar's defense can get fired up here. Crowd a bit quiet with the Reds trailing 14-0. Time running down in the second quarter. Trips to the right, Landon Fry in the shotgun. Notice it's an empty back set. Goff in motion and gets the handoff around the right side for the end around. And he runs into his own man, gets put back on his backside
with the carry
after a short gain.
Off the right side, Braxton Torres with the stop for the Reds.
Torres, the corner on that side. Great play staying home. Very good job forcing the runner into his own teammate, forcing him out of bounds.
Brandon Go, 2 carries, 16 yards in the game. Second down, 17 after that gain of 3. Trips left, 1 receiver right. Fry in the shotgun again. Again, swings it out to Tyden Morris. He has blockers and some room to run. Tries to leap over a defender, but that defender goes up and gets his feet, brings him down at the spot.
Snow Canyon having lots of success with these little swing routes.
And a late flag flies in. Other than the penalties, yeah, you're right. They were caught for a block in the back the last time they ran that play. This time a late flag flies in. Is probably going to be a unsportsmanlike conduct type penalty. Personal foul against Snow Canyon.
Personal foul.
So Tyden Morris made it all the way out to the 37.
In high school.
Right. As they just announced it, it is illegal to jump over a defender in high school. So looked cool, but lost the yards there.
Personal foul.
You see pros and college players doing it all the time, and you think, hey, I'm going to try that.
Definitely.
So personal foul, 15 yards. We went from 5 yards of penalties total to 35 yards just in the last couple of minutes here. 1:18 left in the quarter. This is the second quarter. We're back again to the 22-yard line for 2nd down and 20. Fry with 3 receivers right. Back to throw. Slings it right side. Caught at about the 25 or 35 out to the 37. The Reds bring him down. And someone calls a timeout, probably Snow Canyon.
As you mentioned, those penalties, all those penalties have been on Snow Canyon.
Tackle by Kason Crandall and
Childs out to the 33-yard line. So an 11-yard gain, and Snow Canyon takes a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well here in the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug second quarter on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City.
We invite you to stay tuned for our halftime show. It'll be brought to you by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. Ryan Steinekert here with Christian Esparza. Christian, a junior at KSUU.
Yeah. Yep.
Student in the radio program with Thunder 91. Cedar trails 14-0 with a minute left to play in the second quarter. And Snow Canyon faces a 3rd and 8 from its own 33-yard line. Cedar's defense has had trouble getting Snow Canyon off the field. 3 possessions. This is their 4th. They've scored twice. Fry looks to throw and finds a man open, and he will go. Nobody's going to catch him at the 30 to the 20-10. Trips up, dives to the end zone. He lost the football, but after he crossed the plane, touchdown. Jaden Wade.
Started to trip right as you mentioned that nobody was going to catch him. That would have been very ironic. but he did make it in.
67 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Wade's fourth reception. He's over 100 yards receiving. And that play was not necessarily designed to go deep, but Wade made a man miss, and then there was no free safety over the top to try and catch Wade.
Nothing but daylight.
For the extra point. The kick is up and good. And Snow Canyon extends its lead, 21-0.
You mentioned that Cedar has had trouble getting Snow Canyon off the field, not only in stopping Snow Canyon from failing to pick up first downs, but the time of possession, Snow Canyon, they've had the ball for most of the game, and that makes it difficult, of course, for Cedar to put up any points.
47 seconds left in this second quarter. The way Cedar's offense has operated tonight, the run has been successful, the pass has not. That puts them in a tough spot here with time running down in the first half.
We know normally the pass has been very successful all season, but Snow Canyon's defense came out prepared.
That play, a 67-yard pass, but the drive, 38 yards, or not 68 yards because of all the penalties.
Right.
21-0 Snow Canyon. Cedar set to return this kick. Maybe looking for a big return, see what happens. So the boot, this one may go out of bounds. No, into the end zone, hits the back corner pylon, and Cedar will start from its own 20. That was a nice boot.
Very good kick.
A few more of our sponsors: Retro Fitness, Rally Style, Precision Development Incorporated, On Stage Dance
Our broadcast
Studio.
tonight is also brought to you in part by Five Buck Pizza with two locations, 1390 South Providence Center and also at 1830 North Main Street in Cedar. So Garrett and the Cedar offense with 47.8 seconds left in the first half, trailing 21-0. Two receivers right, two out left. Back to the one-back set. That's Seth Brinkerhoff on the left hip of Jaron Garrett, who's just 2 of 4 for 14 yards passing in the first half. Garrett back to throw. Pressure comes. He steps up, hit, and drags a man forward out to the 25 for a gain of about 6, and Cedar will take a timeout.
Timeout called Cedar.
With 40.2 seconds left in the half.
Couple more of our sponsors: Mountain America Credit Union, Mosdale Sanitation.
Part of the reason that Cedar has been unsuccessful in the passing game could be the play of their offensive line. It looks like Snow Canyon's edge rushers are getting back there very quick.
A lot of pressure. Yeah, Garrett's not having time like you saw there, and we've seen him drop back and then do the quarterback draw.
Right.
That time obviously wanting to throw, and he got to his 5-step drop and immediately had to move his feet to avoid getting sacked. Certainly something for Cedar to try to make an adjustment on in the second half. Our broadcast tonight is also brought to you in part by Brad's Food Hut and Carter Concrete to Go. Brad's is happy to present this broadcast. So Cedar here in the second quarter attacking left to right. The Reds trail 21-0 in a Region 9 showdown. If Snow Canyon wins, they lock up their spot at least second place in the region. If Cedar wins, they would move into a tie with Snow Canyon for second, and Cedar would have the tiebreaker. Trips to the right. One man left. Garrett back looking to throw. Pressure comes. He's flush right. Will try to get away and ducks out of bounds around the 28 or 29. Smart play. Stops the clock. Plus he picked up a couple, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Great job getting out of bounds. I believe Cedar only has one timeout remaining with 31.8 seconds left. So great job stopping the clock right there.
So 3 yards.
Just shy of the first down.
Of course, the Reds have got to find some open receivers downfield. 31.8 seconds left in the first half. Reds from their own 29, a 3rd and 1. Two receivers left, two wide right. Brinkerhoff in the shotgun, or Garrett in the shotgun, throws out to the left. Catch made by Cook, and he tries to dance and make an extra play and gets hit, knocked down about the 35.
By Titan Morris.
So a 6-yard gain. Jack Cook. Reds right up to the line of scrimmage. 22.
Still running.
21 seconds left in the half. Garrett back to throw. Plenty of time this time, but nowhere to throw the ball. Now dumps it off short, and Colby White makes the
Charlie
catch.
Cook.
Nope, Charles Cook makes the catch and steps out at the 40 for a gain of 5.
Out of bounds at the
Now only
40-yard
12
line.
seconds left. You got to think on the previous play, the receiver definitely should have tried getting out of bounds right there. He had the first, but maybe he just didn't know how far upfield he was.
Yeah, and then on that last play, Cook had some room to run, but did the smart thing, get out of bounds and stop the clock. Garrett, play action. Looks left, looks right, throws right to Snow Canyon. Incomplete, in and out of the hands, but then a late flag. I think Jaron Garrett got hit late. We're going to have a roughing the passer.
I think so too. That was a great job. That's a huge defender right there, right in Garrett's face, forcing a bad throw, but of course dropped by the defender. Then a bad play. Looks like that's number 97 on Snow Canyon.
So it is
Roughing the passer.
a personal foul. That gives Cedar 15 yards
At
and
the
puts them
45-yard line.
across midfield with 8.3 seconds left in this first half. All the way to the Snow Canyon 45. So up to the line of scrimmage, and Garrett again from the shotgun, trips left, Colby White on the right side. Garrett back to throw, deep drop, heaves it deep down the field. It's a high wobbly pass and falls incomplete.
Pass is
Cedar's
incomplete.
receivers ended up playing a little defense there to keep it from being picked off.
Right, and that was the right thing to do. Is Cedar still has time for one more play. Good job by the receivers not giving up the interception right there.
Wonder if they look to heave it downfield again one more time. Garrett threw it the 45 yards. That was knocked down right at the line of scrimmage, or right about the end zone. Or do you pull something out like a hook and lateral or something along those lines to try and trick the Warriors a bit? 2nd and 10 at the Snow Canyon 45-yard line. Cedar trails 21-0, 1.2 seconds left in the half. Braxton Torres in motion to the right side. Quick throw to the left, deflected by the defensive line and falls incomplete to end the first half.
Looked like they were going to attempt the
In the
hook and
first
ladder
half,
right
Snow
there,
Canyon Warriors
as the receiver is
21,
only about
Cedar
5
West
yards
0.
downfield.
So Cedar unable to convert on a couple of 4th downs. They turn it over twice on downs, including once at the Snow Canyon 8. And the Reds held scoreless in the first half. 21-0 Snow Canyon. As we head for halftime, the second quarter has been presented by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. We'll take a couple minutes of timeout and be back on Thunder 91. 21-0 Snow Canyon.
Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy.
Halftime at Cedar High, where the Reds trail 21-0 against the Snow Canyon Warriors. And Snow Canyon scored on their first possession, moving the ball easily. They scored on their second possession. They moved the ball easily, punted once, and then came up with a 67-yard touchdown pass from Landon Fry to Jaden Wade. And boy, this or Jordan Wade, excuse me. Snow Canyon has moved the ball well. Cedar's been a lot more methodical and picking up chunks here and there, but then unable to punch it in.
Right, as you mentioned, Snow Canyon has had no trouble at all. The only time they had a little bit of trouble was by their own fault, all those penalties they had on their last drive right there, but they were still able to cap it off with a very long touchdown.
This football season, they've been focusing on bringing the school together. And
I've got some stats here we'll give you in a second, unofficial stats that I keep as the game goes along. But Snow Canyon, we talked about it before the game, Christian, that some similar scores against the opponents of Region 9. A bit different where Cedar lost to Dixie by 4. Snow Canyon beat Dixie by 11. And then Snow Canyon had a real close game with Pineview where Cedar got blown out by Pineview. So it was kind of a what's going to happen in this game. And so far what we've seen is Snow Canyon's speed defensively and in the secondary is giving Cedar trouble.
Not only their speed, but I think the game is won and lost in the trenches, and you'll hear that a lot. So far, Snow Canyon's defensive line is looking very dominant. They're giving Jaron Garrett a very hard time. He's having almost no time throwing the ball. And as far as clogging running lanes, they're doing very good at that as well.
Another advantage for Snow Canyon, you mentioned the time of possession, and then their drives finishing, of course, but they also, 2 of their scoring drives started right near midfield at their own 43-yard line. You get that kind of field position, and Snow Canyon took advantage of it for those first 2 touchdowns.
Right, and one of them was off of the long kickoff return, and if you'll remember, the other one was off of a shanked punt. So hopefully Cedar High can fix those mistakes in the second half and give Snow Canyon a little harder time moving the ball.
This is the final game of the regular season. So the playoffs scheduled to start next week on Saturday, according to the latest UHSAA bracket. Now, if you want to look ahead a little bit at that, you got to consider that I think there are 22 teams in 4A. And the bracket is for 32 teams. That I may be off a little bit on that, but what it comes down to is the first 8 or 10 teams in the RPI will have a bye in that first round, and then the next 10 or 12 teams will, the top seeds will host, and the lower seed will travel for that first round of the playoffs. So where Cedar is sitting now, and especially if they could win tonight, if they can come from behind and pull off the victory, Cedar would likely get a spot at the in the top half of that RPI and earn a home game in the first round of the playoffs. But we'll have to see how the rest of this contest goes tonight at Cedar High. 21-0 at the half. Again, this is the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more, including some stats from that first half. It's actually pretty even. If you just looked at the stats, you wouldn't think the score was as lopsided as it is. We'll tell you about that when we return on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City. Five Buck Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. 5 Buck offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. 5 Buck Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. 5 Buck Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. 5 Buck Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
Once again, that is
At the half,
senior girls cross country members.
Snow Canyon leads 21-0 at Cedar. Reds came in at 6-3 this season, and Snow Canyon at 7-1. So far, offensively, it's actually been pretty even. Not much there for Cedar. 107 yards of offense, unofficially. Most of those on the ground. 82 yards rushing. And then I've got Snow Canyon with only 129. Just what's that? 22 yards more of offense. The key for Snow Canyon is that they've gotten it done in the red zone, and then that big play that led to the 67-yard touchdown.
And I think the reason why they're so close to Cedar in terms of total yardage is Snow Canyon has had very good field position when starting their drive. So they've had to go about half the field in almost every single drive.
Right. Both their first two scoring drives, they started at near midfield, and then the one other longer scoring drive, the 67-yard touchdown pass from Fry to Wade, was that one big play that went 67 yards. So that's been the difference in this game. Now, if you look at Cedar, Christian, and we've seen them have some success, especially on the ground. Through the air, not much there. 4 of 9 for 25 yards for Jaron Garrett, a guy who's completing 64% of his passes coming into the game, is under 50% in this one. What's got to happen for him to be more effective and this Cedar passing offense to do more?
We've seen a couple things. I think the main reason is Snow Canyon's defensive line has given Cedar a lot of trouble. There's a couple ways they can help out with that. Sometimes you'll have a tight end help out with blocking, or at least when he releases on his route, he'll chip the defensive end. But another thing we've seen Cedar do successfully this game, they'll have a two-back set, and maybe one back will run a route, and the other back will stay back and pass block for the quarterback. We've seen that happen. They picked up a really good block earlier, so we'll see if they come out and try that again.
Some quick scores from around the rest of Region 9. Crimson Cliffs at Desert Hills. Crimson Cliffs leads 10-7. Dixie leads 21-7 at Canyon View. And Pineview already a big lead, 28-0 over Hurricane at the half. We're at the half here in Cedar, and the Reds trail 21-0 against Snow Canyon. We'll take another quick break here on the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report, and we'll get set for the third quarter when we return on Thunder 91.
Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy.
Welcome back to Cedar High School, where the Reds, a bit of a rough first half. And it's strange to look at these stats and see that Snow Canyon, at least in my mind, now maybe I added things wrong, but I only had Snow Canyon with 129 yards of offense. Most of those through the air, 100 yards.
And then 67 of those came off the one play.
Right. And, man, you look at like Landon Fry, he had a couple rushing touchdowns, but he's only got 17 rushing yards because of that 14-yard sack that he took late in the first half.
Right.
And then really they haven't done much else to the run. Tyden Morris, 3 carries, 12 yards, and then everything else has come through the air. Cedar has almost matched what Snow Canyon did offensively on yards, but boy, the scoreboard is what matters, and that's where Snow Canyon leads 21-0.
Snow Canyon early in the game, they were having lots of success in short and intermediate routes, just throwing real quick slants and curls and just moving the ball with ease.
They kind of went away from that. We'll see if they go back to that here in this second half. Now, Cedar will get the football to start the third quarter. And offensively, obviously for Cedar, they've got to give Jaron Garrett a little bit more time to throw. When he drops back to throw, he's got to have some time.
Definitely. I think we're going to see some bootlegs out to the right because most of the pressure is coming off that left side. So I'm thinking Cedar's going to try to get Garrett out in the open field to the right, maybe have him do something with his legs if he can, but that'll hopefully get him away from the defenders on that side.
You know, and it's interesting you mentioned the pressure coming from that left side. They went to a screenplay on the left once and didn't get much out of it. So I wonder what else they try to do. A lot of times you talk about if a team is getting lots of pressure on you, you run screens and draws.
Definitely.
The draws, the quarterback keepers were very effective on that one longer drive that Cedar had, but maybe see some more screens, maybe some wide receiver screens, and see what else Cedar does to get some offense going in the second half.
As you mentioned, that draw, it was a quarterback draw by Garrett. That was one of their longest plays of the game, so we may see them return to that or a running back draw of some sort. But yeah, definitely the screens, when the defense is being very aggressive like we've seen Snow Canyon do, the screens are something that help take advantage of that.
On the other side of the football for Cedar, defensively, they haven't gotten much pressure on Landon Fry. They sacked him that one time, but that was more of a coverage sack.
Right.
Do you see them changing and bringing a little, like an extra guy on the rush, or do you take that risk and risk giving up another big passing play like what Snow Canyon ended the half with?
We may see some blitzing of the linebackers up the middle, especially considering that Snow Canyon is up 21 points right now. I doubt they're going to come out throwing. So they may turn to the run, and especially if that's what Cedar's thinking they're going to do, they're probably going to bring some pressure up the middle with their linebackers.
Certainly, Cedar's got to make some adjustments, and it's always a chess match to see, you know, does Snow Canyon, okay, guys, we're up 21-0. Do we need to make any adjustments? Certainly a few small ones. Cedar maybe a couple bigger ones.
And going along with that, you got to kind of think ahead and what adjustments does Snow Canyon think that Cedar is going to make, and you kind of got to adjust to those adjustments.
Right. Our halftime show has been presented by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off of Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. They offer curbside service, and you can stop inside the pharmacy. Uncharacteristic numbers for Jaron Garrett in that first half. I had him 4 of 9 for 25 yards. Not bad on the ground, 3 carries, 34 yards. That includes a 10-yard loss on that first snap that went over his head. He had to just fall on it for a sack of 10 yards. But it feels like Cedar just didn't get into any kind of a flow. And I think they got to a point where they wanted to be methodical, eat up the clock, but that also takes away from your own ability to move pick up those yardage and especially if you can't get those first downs.
It's definitely nice to come out and have a script and say, okay, these are the plays we want to run and we want to kind of take control of the game, but that's not really something you can do when you're down by 21 points. Again, you bring up Garrett's 37 rushing yards. That's right around his 9.3 yards per carry mark, a little higher actually. But again, you said that's considering the 10-yard loss that they had on that fumbled snap, so it could be even higher. But we'll see if they take advantage of some of their other receivers that they have coming in this game.
Interesting that you mentioned receivers. Colby White came in averaging 18 yards per catch. He's got 1 catch for 5 yards in this game for Cedar. Another guy is Jack Cook, who averages 16.5 yards per catch, 7 touchdowns. He's one of the top receivers in the state in 4A for touchdowns, has just 2 receptions for 15 yards. So what Snow Canyon has done in the defensive secondary has been very effective.
Right.
As we mentioned, Cedar will receive the kickoff to start this third quarter, brought to you by $5 Pizza. Now with 2 locations in the 1390 South Providence Center Drive, and also at 1830 North Main Street in Cedar City. They got 1 location on the south end of town, 1 location on the north end of town. For your convenience, that's $5 Pizza.
Jack Cook and Braxton
Torres set to return
Jared Whitwer to
this kickoff. Whitwer has sent it deep for touchback 2 of the 3 times, and he sends it deep. Torres fields it, or tries to, at the goal line through his hands and into the end zone. Touchback.
Torres is another playmaker. We may see Cedar trying to get the ball in his hands. He had a pretty nice little end around earlier in the game. He's got some top-end speed, so we'll see if they can set him up with some quick little slants or screens.
Torres certainly some good speed. He was key in last week's shutout win over Hurricane. Had a couple of interceptions and one that he took back like 40 or 50 yards when Hurricane was threatening to score. Charles Cook wide to the right. Cedar comes out in a 1-back set with 3 receivers left. Garrett hands up the middle. Brinkerhoff breaks a tackle, drags tacklers forward and picks up 12. Maybe 10 to the 30.
Carries across the 30.
Great job just keeping his feet moving right there. He found a hole and just pounded it right up the middle.
They spot it right at the 30 and give the Reds the first down. 10 yards for Brinkerhoff. 5 carries, 39 yards in the game unofficially. First down and 10. Ball on the left hash for Cedar, attacking left to right from our view. Garrett, quick wide receiver screen out to Cook. Jack makes the catch, follows a block to the sideline, and goes out about the 35, a gain of 5.
There's a screen pass that we talked about earlier. We were thinking they were going to come in and start doing that this half.
One of the keys about it, like a screen like that to the wide receiver, is it gets the ball out of your quarterback's hands quickly and eliminates most of the opportunity for the defense to get a sack.
Right. And great blocking by the other 2 receivers out on that end, helping him pick up about 4.5, 5 yards.
And that's a key for that screenplay to work. Got to have those receivers blocking downfield. 2 receivers right, 2 wide left. Garrett in the shotgun. Brinkerhoff gets the handoff up the middle, and he's immediately upended. About the 36, maybe the 37 for a gain of 2.
Gain of a yard, 2 yards to the 37.
That looked like it was a linebacker blitz right there. Great job by number 12 getting in there and blowing up the play.
So 3rd down and 3 for Cedar, and this is where they've struggled tonight, was on 3rd down.
They've had lots of 3rd downs this game.
They've also turned it over twice going forward on 4th down. Trips to the right, 1 receiver left, Cedar at its own 37. Garrett sends Braxton Torres in motion. Option and the give to Torres left side. He's wrapped up in the backfield and doesn't get much. May have gained a couple. Actually, better than it looked initially. He got very close to a first down at the 39.
Yeah, about half a yard, maybe 1 yard to go. We saw that end around earlier, but this time it looked like Snow Canyon saw it coming with the motion, and they just were right there to stop him.
So 4th and 1. Cedar trails 21-0 with 10.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. The Reds go for it here at their own 39 on 4th and 1.
They haven't lost any yards so far in the second half, so hopefully they're thinking they can pick up another half yard, maybe 1 yard, and keep this drive going.
Back to a 2-back set with Brian White in there and Seth Brinkerhoff as well. Garrett in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Brinkerhoff, right side, stuffed. Tried to bounce it out around the end and got very close to the 40. Line judge on this side sprints in right short of the 40-yard line, which will be very close.
Right there. I think they may bring out the chains.
Snow Canyon indicating it's our football. It's our football. And it is indeed. The Whitecap official says turnover on down. Snow Canyon first down. Brinkerhoff picked up about half a yard. He needed about 3/4.
Good play. I would have done the same thing, honestly. They've had some success punching it up the middle in this game, but unfortunately for Cedar, they weren't able to do it on that play when they needed it.
So that puts the pressure on Cedar's defense as Snow Canyon takes over 1st and 10 at Cedar's 39-yard line.
And here they are again, Snow Canyon, starting with a very short field.
When they've had short fields, they've scored twice. Fry in the shotgun, takes the snap, turns and gives to Tyden Morris. Around the right side, nothing there. Tripped up in the backfield. Cedar defense all over it.
Tackle made by Ben Ellis.
That was a great open field tackle. Those are hard to make, especially on a running back who looks like he's got some power in Morris from Snow Canyon, but good job by Cedar, able to wrap him up right behind the stick.
Loss of about half a yard. 2nd down, we'll call it 11. 9.5 left, 3rd quarter. Snow Canyon leads 21-0 and has the football at the Cedar 40. Trips left, Landon Fry in the shotgun. Pistol Tyden Morris behind him. Morris in motion out to the left. They've thrown out to the flat in that formation, but this time Fry looks to throw downfield. The flag flies in. Fry whips it out to Morris, in and out of his hands, out on the left flat. But the penalty down, the flag down, clear back at the 46. If this is a hold, and I think it will be, this is coming way back.
And as you mentioned right there, it looked like he was going to just dump it off to the running back. They've had some pretty good success with those little swing patterns to Morris early in the game, but he wasn't open there. Found him later in the play, and it went right through his hands.
Hold penalty, they walk off 10 yards, but that took place 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it's essentially a 16-yard penalty.
But it remains 2nd down.
Right. All the way back to Snow Canyon's own 44. For 2nd down and 25. We've seen Snow Canyon make some big plays. That's no question they're a big play offense. Fry throws out to his left, caught and immediately brought down. Brenton Childs makes the catch.
On that play, we did see Cedar blitz the linebacker to try to get some pressure. It didn't look like it really did anything there.
10 yards on that pass and catch. Child's 2nd reception for 21 yards. Fry continues his efficient night, 9 of 11, 110 yards plus 2 rushing touchdowns. No interceptions. Coming in, our stats say Landon Fry, 17 touchdowns, no picks on the season. Ball on the left hash for a 3rd down and about 18.
We've seen them in 3rd and long earlier in the game, and they scored a touchdown, so let's see what happens.
Trips right, 1 receiver left. Fry, pistol with Morris behind him. Screen play, Morris catches at the 45. Big hole to the 30, 25-20, down to the 15, finally drugged down, and a big 1st down plus a bunch of extra.
Excellent block by the left tackle out there on the screen. He was able to get his hands on a linebacker and blast a huge hole for Morris to run through.
29 yards and a 1st down. Morris, the leading running back, or the starting running back for the Snow Canyon team, has been more effective catching the football. That's his 3rd reception for 55 yards. Plus he had a couple others that were called back or brought back because of penalties.
Right.
1st and 10, Snow Canyon at the Cedar 17-yard line. 3rd quarter, 7:40 left to play. Landon Fry, quarterback keeper on the draw. Gets down to about the 15, maybe the 14, a gain of 2 or 3.
Another flag on this play.
On the play.
And a flag down at the end of the play, right where the play ended. Personal foul against Cedar.
On the Reds.
And that is the Reds' 1st penalty of the night.
Right.
So Fry got down to about the 14. Half the distance to the goal takes it down to the 7.
Down to the 7-yard line.
Personal fouls, especially in this situation, those are penalties that can always be avoided, and that's definitely not what you want if you're Cedar, especially when you're down by 21 points.
Snow Canyon looking to extend its lead. 7:20 left, 3rd quarter. The Warriors jumped out to a 14-0 lead after their first 2 possessions, and Cedar went 3 and out on its first possession. Snow Canyon scored once more again right near the end of the first half, and they're knocking on the door here midway through the third quarter. Trips right, one receiver left. Pistol formation with Fry in the shotgun. Takes the snap and gives to Morris. Nope, kept it himself around the left side and tries to tumble over a defender into the end zone. Gets caught just short at the one.
Looks like Snow Canyon has another player down with an injury. I didn't catch the number, but I do believe it's a lineman.
Landon Fry picks up 6 yards on that carry. Already has 2 touchdowns in the game. We'll take an injury timeout here in the $5 Pizza third quarter and be right back on Thunder 91.
$5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
$21-0 Snow Canyon. Did you catch a number on that injured
I still
player?
can't quite see the number from here, but nevertheless, it's good to see him get up and walk off on what looks to be his own 2 feet. Little assistance there, but hopefully he's okay.
Looks to be favoring that right leg, but walking off with a little help, as you mentioned. So that's good to see. We'll hope he's all right. So Fry got down to the 1-yard line, brings up a 2nd and goal at the Cedar 1. Snow Canyon hasn't had much trouble getting it into the end zone when they've been in this position. Fry again in the pistol with Tyden Morris behind him. Makes you wonder, we mentioned Bretton Stone during the pregame show. We haven't seen him yet tonight.
Right.
Fry gives to Morris up the middle. He is stuffed at the line. Second effort may have gotten him in. Line judge from this side comes in, says touchdown.
Tyden Morris with the Snow
And the
Canyon
white cap
touchdown.
official confirms touchdown, Snow Canyon.
Going back to Stone, it makes you wonder if, I haven't really seen him on the field even, so I don't know if maybe he's just playing it safe. Maybe he has a minor injury that they're resting him up for the playoffs, or something else happened. I don't know.
So Tyden Morris with his 5th carry of the game goes in for the score. That drive, 6 plays. Snow Canyon started at the Cedar 39. The extra point kick is up and good. So just 39 yards on the drive. Third quarter, 8:31 left to play. Cedar's gone for it on 4th down a few times tonight, and like just now, it's come back to bite them a bit.
JRI Insurance, Jeremy Ludlow,
That's the hard
DMV,
thing when you go for it on 4th down.
Imperial Window, Imlay
2 of the
Plumbing,
times it
Imaging
looked to be on Snow
Concepts,
Canyon's
Gale
side of the field, but this time it was on
Insurance,
Cedar's
Pizza,
side of the field, and
Evans Hairstyle
they weren't able to
College.
pick up the first, and it gave Snow Canyon very good field position. They didn't have to march down very far and pick up 7 more points.
6 plays, 39 yards, a minute 26 off the clock. And Snow Canyon leads 28-0. Reds looking to get on the board. Cedar has had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possessions. One of those ended with halftime. 3 of those have been turnovers on downs and 1 punt. High and deep kickoff may be returnable. No. Jack Cook tries to pull it in from the 1-yard line, but it's through his hands and into the end zone for a touchback.
You mentioned Cedar's possessions earlier, and a couple of them ending on 4th down. One of those was up, I think, on about the 8-yard line, right?
Ended at the 8, yeah.
Right, so they have had the ball up there near the end zone, but they elected to go for it on 4th instead of kicking a field goal because they were already down 14 points. So let's see if they can move the ball again.
How about Jacob Whitwer, the kicker for Snow Canyon, 4 for 4 on extra points, and he's kicked it into the end zone. 2 of his 3 kickoffs, or 3 of his 4 kickoffs have been for touchbacks. 2 receivers right, 2 wide left, back to the 2-back set for Cedar. So they try to spread out the Snow Canyon defense a bit. Garrett takes the snap, option left side, the pitch to Brian White, sidesteps 1 tackler and takes it out near the 25.
Nice little wiggle back there to keep it from being a loss of yards.
Along with Caden Hardy.
But yeah, we'll definitely see that 2-back set. I think that's been one of their more successful formations so far. That allows them to do a couple different things with their offense. You can have one running back be a lead blocker or have them both be lead blockers for the quarterback draw that we've seen them have success with.
Snow Canyon's defense has held Brian White, who came in averaging 7.5 yards per carry. White at 5 carries for 4 yards. Garrett takes the snap, play action, throws over the middle, some contact in and out of the hands of Colby White, incomplete.
Defended on the play by Will Warner.
That was a good job by Garrett at putting the ball only where the receiver could get it. There was pretty much no risk of throwing a pick right there. Good placement, but pretty physical right there on the defensive end. The Cedar crowd's wanting a penalty maybe, but close call.
Contact was maybe a bit early, but looked like good timing from the defense. 3rd down and a long 5 for Cedar. Time at 5:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Snow Canyon up 28-0. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 2-back set. Give to Brinkerhoff on a 3rd and 6, and he is stuffed. No room on the right side. A loss of a yard, and Cedar will face a 4th and 5.
53, Tyson Green. Also on the stop, Drake Kelly.
There we see the 2-back set. One of the running backs tried being the lead blocker, but there were just too many Snow Canyon defenders right there, right in the hole. Nothing there for Cedar's offense.
An interesting play call on a 3rd and 5. You're looking for a pass, and maybe that's what Coach Bennett was thinking. Snow Canyon's going to be looking for the pass here. Maybe we can run it for the 5 yards, but it doesn't work. So, with 5:20 left in the 3rd quarter, Cedar forced to punt from its own 25-yard line. Hernandez Hinojosa runs to his right and boots it rugby style back toward his left. A bouncing line drive takes a great Cedar bounce and then a Cedar roll inside the 30 to the 26.
Very good punt right there. That rolled for about 10 extra yards.
Boy, and it bounced initially, I think, clear back at about the Cedar 45.
Right.
And took a nice long hop and then that extra 10 yards of roll. Ended up being a very good punt.
That rugby-style punt, that can be pretty effective if you know how to use it, especially because it gives your gunners and your special teams tacklers time to get down there to where the ball's supposed to be by the time that it takes for the punter to get the ball off.
Right, and then you don't need that hang time. And for those of you who may not know, the rugby-style punt is the punter takes the snap, runs to his left or right, depending on which foot he kicks with, creates a little bit of space, eats up a little bit of clock, and then boots it almost on the run. And Hinojosa with a nice, or Hernandez Hinojosa with a nice punt that time. Snow Canyon from its own 25-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Fry takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and tosses complete for a gain of 5, maybe 6 before the receiver is hit hard. Brenton Childs knocked down at about the 32.
Big hit right there by the Cedar linebacker.
Peyton Murray on the tackle. And he's been huge for the Cedar defense this season.
2nd down.
Came into the game with 80 tackles on the year. So Brenton Childs picks up 5. Make it 6 for a 2nd down and 4. Fry hands to Morris. Up the middle, bounces out to the left side and has lots of room. Across the 40 to the 50. Tripped up into Cedar territory at the 45. Big gain and more. Tyden Morris.
Great vision by Morris right there. He wanted to go up the middle, but he saw out left there was nothing but wide open field, and he bounced it out. He had the speed and the burst to get out there and take out a pretty big chunk of yards.
Clear to the Cedar 46, a 22-yard run. Morris had 5 carries for 12 yards prior to that 22-yard pickup. Longest run of the game for either team. Cedar's Jaron Garrett had a 20-yard pickup in the second quarter. 1st and 10, Snow Canyon at the Cedar 46. Warriors lead 28-0. Snap, quick throw over the middle, incomplete. Looking for the slant, and Brenton Childs, the intended receiver.
Good play by Cedar's defense by not necessarily hitting the receiver and knocking him off his path, but just being in the way and forcing him to adjust his route, and that just messed up all the timing between him and the quarterback.
Stops the clock at 4:09 left in the third quarter. Come back from a 4-touchdown deficit. Cedar's going to need every second it can get. 2nd and 10. Ball in the left hash for Snow Canyon. Trips right, 1 receiver left. Fry from the shotgun. Different back in there behind him, and Fry keeps it himself. Looks right, runs left. He slipped but found a huge hole. Cuts it back against the grain inside the 30 to the 20. Finally brought down about the 18.
And on that play, we did see Cedar blitzing their middle linebacker again, hoping to generate some pressure up the middle, but unfortunately that left the middle of the field wide open for Fry to cut back and pick up an extra 10 yards.
27 yards on that run all the way down to the Cedar 19-yard line. And that puts Fry at 53 rushing yards. That more than doubled his rushing total to this point. He had 26 rushing yards on 8 carries. So 1st and 10, Snow Canyon. The Warriors, I'm sure, content here to eat up some clock. If they score, great. If not, oh well. Up by 4 touchdowns as long as they can eat up those seconds. Fry takes the snap, gives to Tyden Morris right side, breaks a tackle in the backfield, gets around to the edge, and lowers the shoulders for a gain of 1 or 2.
You mentioned eating up the clock, and that makes me wonder why they threw the ball earlier. It was incomplete. It stopped the clock, and on this play, he went out of bounds, and that stopped the clock as well, which if you're Snow Canyon, you just want to run it down.
To the 18-yard line for a 1-yard gain. And it looks like the clock continues to run. He must have gone down before he went out of bounds. Trips to the left, 1 receiver right. Morris again in the pistol. Back to throw, and the screen play to Morris. Right side, breaks a tackle at the 10, and he will score. Diving into the end zone, touchdown, Snow Canyon. Or no, did he come up just short? He did, down to the 1.
It's a little ironic. Earlier we mentioned Cedar taking advantage of the aggressive Snow Canyon defense, but this time it was Snow Canyon taking advantage of Cedar blitzing their linebackers a lot to try to generate pressure. We see them run the screen play, and that just leaves the field wide open.
And Morris had a couple of blockers on that right side. One Cedar defender got through, but Morris broke that tackle about the 10 and then got down to the 1 before he was stopped just short of the end zone. 2 receivers left, 1 wide right. Fry in the shotgun, gives to Morris up the middle, dives into the line, pushing and pushed back, does not get in.
Ran right into a Cedar wall right there. Morris has shown that he's a very powerful runner, but on that play it wasn't enough to get through what looked to be about 6 or 7 Cedar High defenders.
Cedar High put up a pretty good goal line stop at Desert Hills 2 weeks ago that helped them hold on for the win. They're going to need a goal line stop here if they hope to get back into this game with just over 13 minutes left to play. We're time running down in the third quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 wide right. Ball on the right hash. Fry taking his time. Takes the snap and fakes the handoff to Morris, keeps it himself around the right side and walks into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
As you said, walked right in. There was nobody there.
He held that football out in almost a taunting gesture. Maybe lucky he didn't get a flag on that run.
Right.
Landon Fry, 54 rushing yards on 10 carries, 3 touchdowns tonight. And Snow Canyon leads 34-0 with a chance to make it 35. The extra point kick is up and through the uprights. Good.
Extra point is good.
Snow Canyon running away with tonight's football game, 35-0.
Fry definitely showing his athleticism. What's that, 3 touchdowns now for him?
Yeah, 3 rushing touchdowns.
Very athletic quarterback. And along with that touchdown, he also had the big chunk play, about 27 yards on that run he had earlier.
That drive, let me just tally up some time real quick. 8 plays, 74 yards, about 3 minutes, 40 seconds. And the extra point good. Snow Canyon leads 35-0. So Cedar set to receive this kickoff. Now we're getting into the realm of, boy, like a miracle type comeback needed. Whitwer kicks this one high and deep. Fielded 3 yards deep by Charles Cook, or Jack Cook rather. And Cedar will start again from its own 20. Cedar's starting field position, that first drive, remember the kick was returned to the 49. Since then, their own 20. They forced Snow Canyon to punt, started at their own 47, then their own 20, their own 20, their own 20, and now again their own 20.
Right, Snow Canyon's kicker, he's done a great job of putting it in the end zone. I think the first kickoff, it was really short. It almost looked as if he did that on purpose. It's looking like he's getting it in the end zone very easily.
So Garrett from the shotgun. 2 receivers, 3 trips out to the left side. Brinkerhoff on his right hip. Back looking to throw. Heaves it deep down the right sideline, looking for Jack Cook. Cook is open, does not make the catch. A little bit of contact there, but no flag. In and out of the hands of Cook.
Good play by the corner, as you see. As soon as the Cedar High receiver turned his head to look and track the ball down, Snow Canyon defender put his arms up and just kept that ball from going right in. He broke up the play, even though it looked like Cedar might have had the ball.
So 2nd down and 10. I like that play call. Try to make something happen. You got to take some risks here.
Being aggressive, yeah.
If you're going to come back in this game. Reds send trips left, 1 man wide right. That's Kason Crandall, I believe, the backup quarterback. Garrett rolls to his left, stops because of pressure, and goes back to his right. Looking, couldn't throw because he was beyond the line of scrimmage, and dives forward across the 25 to about the 27.
There again, we see lots of pressure from Snow Canyon, forcing Garrett out to the right. Fortunately for Garrett, he's pretty athletic himself. He showed right there, he had a little wiggle, shook off a defender, and picked up maybe an extra half yard.
3 yards to go.
Got to give some credit to the Snow Canyon defense as the third quarter comes to an end. Garrett has been so effective so many times this year. When things break down, keeps his eyes downfield and finds that open receiver. And Snow Canyon's secondary has not allowed that to happen. They're staying with those receivers and keeping them covered.
Right, and part of that is because Garrett is having to abandon his play so early, so often. But again, like you said, Snow Canyon's DBs, they're coming up and making tackles, as we saw right there. Garrett did pick up some yards, but it was short of the first down mark.
35-0, Snow Canyon leads Cedar. End of the $5 Pizza third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up on Thunder 91.
$5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools.
Garrett back to throw, flushed out to his right, throws on the run, sideline, diving, catch, yes, for the first down.
First down for the Reds.
Great play all around.
Jack Cook on the catch.
Another Snow Canyon player slow to get up. Can't quite catch the number, but he's off the field.
And I said Jack Cook. That was Charles Cook on the reception. Reds, 2 receivers right, 2 wide left. Cedar attacking right to left here in this fourth quarter. That's south to north. Garrett throws left side. Jack Cook makes the catch. He's immediately hit hard,
By Jack Cook.
but it looked like he held on about the 40 or the 37.
Props to Cook for holding on to that ball as the defender came in and hit him immediately and very hard. Was able to bring it down and pick up about 5 yards.
So 2 consecutive 5-yard completions for Jaron Garrett in this Cedar offense. Garrett again in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Pulls it out away from Brinkerhoff on the play action. Deep down the seam. Braxton Torres caught, hit, and down at the 35 of Snow Canyon.
Right up the seam, that was Torres bringing the ball in the middle of the field. I do like how aggressive Cedar's being on this drive.
Down to the 34. That's a 13 plus 16, 29-yard gain. Biggest passing play of the night for Cedar. First reception for Braxton Torres. Garrett back to throw. Nothing there. Tries to use his feet and gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard beyond.
As the pocket broke down, he tried to step up, but he just ran right into his lineman's back. Great job by Snow Canyon's defensive line. They've just been constantly hounding him all game.
Actually ends up in a loss of 1. Back to the 35. Second down and 11. 2 receivers right, 2 on the left. Garrett, play action, backs up, looks to throw deep, right sideline. He's got Cook in the end zone. Charles goes up, pulls it in for the catch, and the touchdown. The Reds are on the board.
Great play going up and grabbing the ball. It looked like the free safety drifted over to the left side of the field, so the receiver was one-on-one right there with the defender, and he was able to go up and get the ball.
For Charles Cook, that's his first touchdown reception of the season, and comes at a big time with Cedar trying to climb back into this game. The Reds, Hernandez Hinojosa kicks it up and through, and Cedar trails 35-7.
We see some energy on the Cedar sideline. Let's see if they can bring that same energy out onto the defense and maybe come up with a stop right here.
So Charles Cook on the reception. That was a 7-play, 80-yard drive. That went pretty quick for Cedar. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And we invite you to stay tuned. We'll have, of course, when the game comes to an end, the Brad's Food Hut post-game show, including the Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy player of the game. What do you see different on that drive from Cedar that worked?
Definitely just attacking downfield. Garrett tried getting it downfield to his receivers, and he had a few incompletions there, but we saw Torres ran that seam up the middle of the field, and that really kind of gave Cedar the confidence that they needed to get in the end zone.
7 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. PAT good. 35-7. Cedar's on the board, but trailing by 4 touchdowns. Hinojosa kicks it into the end zone for the touchback. I get lazy and say Hinojosa. It's Hernandez Hinojosa.
Right.
The full name. The Snow Canyon will start from its own 20-yard line. They've shown they're able to score with a long field or a short field. Their last couple scoring drives started from their own 26 and then the Cedar 39. They've had good field position, and they've been most effective with that good field position.
There's still quite a bit of time left. Let's see if Snow Canyon's going to just try to wear down the clock, or it might be too soon for that. Let's just see if they stick to their script and try to pick up a couple first downs.
There's a few things that Cedar is going to need here down the stretch, and they're going to need at least a couple 3-and-outs, maybe force a couple turnovers. Looks like Drake Kelly in the backfield with Landon Fry. Play action and throw out to the left, and it pops in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. And that does Cedar a favor.
Definitely, it stops the clock.
Intended receiver on the play, Braden Jones.
Braden Jones couldn't hold on to that pass, so 2nd down and 10. And if you're Snow Canyon, the lead you have, maybe you're not as worried about running down the clock as just kind of keeping in the flow of the offense. And see teams sometimes play not to lose and lose that aggressiveness and get into some trouble on their own. Maybe Snow Canyon coach Esplin thinking, no, we're not going to do that. We're keeping our foot on the gas. Fry hands off. Kelly, lots of room right side. Breaks a tackle or two across the 25 to the 30 and has a first down around the 32.
There we see a swarm of Cedar defenders, and a few of the guys that came in, they tried to rip the ball out. Of course, they do need the ball back, trying to force a fumble. Good job, but as you said, especially with the playoffs right around the corner, Snow Canyon definitely doesn't want to fall into any lazy habits, so I think they're going to try to run some pretty good plays right here.
A 12-yard gain and a first down, Snow Canyon at their own 32. Ball on the right hash, trips left. One receiver wide right. Kelly still in there behind Landon Fry. Fry, quick throw out to the right, caught at the 35 and out to around the 39.
Tackle made by Ben Ellis.
Ethan Hill, I believe. Oh, Nathan Hill, excuse me. On the catch.
Let's go, D! Pressure! Here we go!
It's a gain of 7.
Second down to 3 for the Warriors.
There we see another short, kind of intermediate route run right there. That's where Snow Canyon has had the most success throwing the ball, besides that one long touchdown earlier in the game.
Warriors taking their time, coming out of the huddle, up to the line of scrimmage. Trips left, one receiver right. Fry looking to the official in charge of keeping the clock. Takes the snap, tosses left. Not much room for, is that Brenton Childs? Who made the catch.
By James Johnson.
Oh no, James Johnson.
That was a great play because it was trips on that side, and there was nobody really over the slot receiver besides the safety, who was about 15 yards back. So if the Cedar defender would have missed that tackle right there, it would have been a really big pickup for Snow Canyon.
An efficient, not impressive, but efficient night for Landon Fry. 14 of 18 for 169 yards. Only 4 incompletions, and of course keeps his streak alive. No interceptions so far. Cedar looking to change that here with time running down in the fourth quarter, under 7 minutes to play. 2 receivers right, 2 left for a 3rd and 2. Fry back looking to throw. Nobody open, tucks it, keeps it himself. Flag flies, and he's brought down in the backfield. Back inside the 40.
Penalty marker on the play.
He actually lost a couple.
James Johnson, tackle made by Trey Payne.
We'll see what the flag is, but that was a good job by Cedar collapsing the pocket right there. That's one of the only times this game that they've been able to kind of bother Fry and force him to move out of the pocket.
So Fry, that's a hold penalty. Does Cedar decline it? I think they do.
A loss on the play brings up 4th down.
So they spot the football at the 38. That's a loss of 2. And 4th down and 4, Snow Canyon. Do they send on the punt team? I would expect them to.
Looks like they are.
With 6:30 left in the fourth quarter and a 28-point lead. Just heard a Cedar fan shout out, "Watch the ball." I wouldn't be surprised to see him be right. Snow Canyon may try just a harder, a longer count here and see if Cedar jumps off sides.
Right, that offsides penalty would give them the first down.
And of course, Cedar may be thinking to bring the house and try to get a block, and they almost do. A high punt, short, and takes a Snow Canyon bounce. Fielded on the hop by Braxton Torres in traffic, gets across the 30 to the 34.
34-yard line.
Even though they weren't able to get the block on that play, the defender was right in the punter's face, and it looked like he forced kind of a short punt.
And I said Braxton Torres. That was actually Jack Cook on the return. A short return, and Cedar takes over 1st and 10 from its own 35-yard line. Fourth quarter, time running down. They've got to do something quick here. 6:01 left to play. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Brinkerhoff on the left hip of Jaron Garrett. Back to throw. Looks left. Heaves it deep down the left sideline. Colby White in the area. Diving and incomplete. The Snow Canyon defender had the best shot at it.
We saw on that play, Snow Canyon came out with 2 high safeties, kind of helping because Cedar's been attacking those sidelines. Sometimes that opens up the middle of the field, like we saw earlier when Braxton Torres caught that long pass up the middle. Let's see if Cedar can take advantage of that again.
And that was the place kicker, Jacob Whitwer, playing cornerback, who almost made a diving interception. Garrett back again to throw. Looking left, nothing there. Scrambles out to his right, throws downfield. He's got 2 guys there. One tipped, the other couldn't catch. Not sure if one of them ran the wrong route, but if one or the other, especially I think it was Torres, the back receiver, who couldn't hold on.
Right, he was able to jump up and get his hands on it, but couldn't bring it down.
That was actually Jack Cook who couldn't bring it in. Both of them were just, within a couple yards of each other, one in front of the other. 3 receivers left for a 3rd and 10. Garrett rolling to his left on a bootleg. Stops, throws back over the middle. Wide open, Jack Cook. Caught at the 50 and knocked down there. 15 yards and a first down.
There we see Cook. He didn't quite run a seam up the middle, but he did take advantage of those 2 high safeties kind of drifting out towards the back end of the defense.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the same play they tried to convert on that 4th down at the 8, and Cook couldn't, or White maybe couldn't make the catch.
Right.
Garrett back to throw again on 1st and 10. Pump fakes, steps forward, lots of pressure comes. He tucks and dives ahead for 2 or 3.
Good coverage by Snow Canyon. There was nothing open.
Tackle made by Landon Robinson.
Into Snow Canyon territory at the 47-yard line. 3-yard gain for Garrett. 12 carries, 43 yards tonight. Snow Canyon has really kept him in check, especially with his feet. 119 passing yards for Garrett and a touchdown. Back again to throw on 2nd down and 7. Heaves deep down the middle of the field looking for Colby White, and lots of contact from both teams. Incomplete.
We do have a penalty flag back down where Garrett was.
Whitecap official coming this direction, and Cedar's offense starting to back up. Looks like this may be against the Reds. Would be just their 2nd penalty of the game. Hold on the Reds.
The pocket did look very clean on that play. Part of it was I thought the running back did a really good job of picking up an edge rusher, but obviously now the other part of that is there was a hold.
So the hold took place about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and pushes Cedar all the way back to their own 35-yard line. Remember, the yard to gain is the Snow Canyon 40. 2nd and 25, Reds. Garrett with 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Try to get 15 or 20 here and then have a manageable 3rd down maybe. Play action, throw out to the right. Charles Cook makes the catch and finds some room to run. Back near midfield before he's brought down. The wide receiver screen picks up about 14.
There we see a screen taking advantage of the aggressive Snow Canyon defense, and fortunately for Cedar, the wide receiver was able to shed a couple tackles and pick up some really good yards right there.
That was a key. Charles Cook broke a few tackles and picked up 14. 3rd and 11. Garrett throws out to his right. Jack Cook makes the catch, dances through a couple defenders, and gains enough for the 1st down.
Again, we see Snow Canyon having trouble wrapping up and stopping the play. At first, I kind of questioned Cedar throwing the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, but they were able to break a tackle and pick up the 1st.
12 yards and a 1st down. Jack Cook up over 50 receiving yards. Garrett play action. Deep seam over the middle. Braxton Torres hit before the ball got there, but no flag. No question the defense got there early, at least from what I saw. And it falls incomplete.
We've seen Cedar kind of move towards attacking the boundaries earlier in this quarter, but now they're attacking the middle of that field. Let's see what else they can do.
2nd down and 10. Garrett steps up in the pocket, heaves deep down the left side, looking for Colby White, incomplete. And again, Whitwer had the best shot at it. The defender did.
Right, and not only was there one defender there, there were two defenders there with the 3rd one closing in.
Now, given the time, Garrett understanding well, boy, we got to take some shots and take some risks. If they don't work out well, we're losing anyway.
Definitely.
35-7 with time running down in the 4th quarter. 2:54 left to play. And, of course, with a 35-point lead, it's a running clock even on incomplete passes. Reds pull something out of, and Brinkerhoff fumbled. Had about 10 yards, was close to a 1st down before the ball popped out. Snow Canyon falls on it, and that will likely finish this game off.
curious to see what happened right there, if a Snow Canyon defender maybe came in and punched it out on purpose, or if Kickoff just let go of the football.
So Snow Canyon takes over with 2:40. That's up in the booth. No,
That's
give
up
that back to him. Take that upstairs. From its own 33-yard line, Snow Canyon takes over following the fumble. So the Reds will drop to 6-4, 4-3 in Region 9. Snow Canyon will solidify its spot in likely second place. A flag flies before the Warriors get this play off, and it's a offsides on Cedar. Just the Reds' third penalty of the game.
Offsides on Cedar.
Snow Canyon looking like they'll improve to 8-1 this season with a 6-1 record in Region 9. Fry takes the snap, throws out to his right, caught at the 40 to the 45 and shoved out of bounds near midfield.
We saw in that play, Cedar stacked the box. It looked like they had about 8 defenders in the box, but I wonder why the corners weren't playing press coverage right there. You doubt Snow Canyon's going to take any shots downfield. We see them run a screen right there, so if the corners were pressing up a little bit, they'd maybe have a little better chance of making a tackle.
11 yards and a first down. Warriors near midfield, their own 49-yard line. 35-7 the score. Cedar didn't get anything on the board until they trailed 35-0 earlier in this quarter. Actually, that was, right at the beginning of the third quarter. Cedar put that touchdown on the board. The snap and the give right up the middle. Nothing doing. Cedar Reds all over that defensively. A loss for the Canyon View running back. We'll actually give him 1 yard to the 50, a gain of 1. This is the final regular season game for both these teams. Then they'll await the final RPI rankings, which will be released by the Utah High School Activities Association Friday morning at 9 a.m. And once those come out, Cedar and Snow Canyon and everybody else will see who and where they play that first round playoff game next Saturday, the 23rd. Give around the left side. Nope. Quarterback keeper on the option. Johnson keeps it himself and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I thought he gave it off as well. Pretty good fake right there, but didn't fool Cedar, it looked like.
Pulled it out at the last second, and that may be the final play. We're under 20 seconds left to go, and teams head for the sideline. Snow Canyon scores first, then again and again and again to make it 35-0. Cedar scores once at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but Snow Canyon holds on easily for a dominant win, 35-7. Your final on Thunder 91. Stay tuned. We'll have some post-game wrap-up, some final stats and numbers. We'll thank some sponsors, including Brad's Food Hut, Carter Creek to go post-game wrap-up. We'll have the Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy player of the game right after this on Thunder 91.
Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane.
Welcome to the post-game wrap-up brought to you by Brad's Food Hut and Cartacrete Concrete to Go. That's Brad's in Cedar City. And boy, Snow Canyon got the ball to start, and they scored on their opening drive. A nice kick return put them at the 43. 9 plays later, they were in the end zone as Landon Fry took it in from 2 yards out, 7-0. Their next possession, Landon Fry ran it in again from 13 yards out to make it 14-0. And then at the end of the first half, Fry found Jordan Wade for 67 yards and a touchdown, 21-0 at the break. Snow Canyon would put in 2 more touchdowns before Cedar would put anything on the board. Tyden Morris, a 1-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, and Landon Fry, a third rushing touchdown of the night from 1 yard out to make it 35-0. Right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Jaron Garrett found Charles Cook for 35 yards and a score to give us our final 35-7. Snow Canyon with the win. This again is your Brad's Food Hut and Cartacrete Concrete to Go post-game wrap-up. And Christian, any final thoughts on tonight's game?
We saw Snow Canyon looked in control for most of the game, I'd say, if not the whole game. Part of that could have been just right off from the very opening kickoff. Snow Canyon came out with a very good return. Of course, they did have that penalty that brought them back, but sometimes that happens. You'll have a team be very physical from the first play, and that kind of shocks the other team, and they spend the whole game trying to play catch-up.
And that certainly was the case, excuse me, especially after the first 2 drives that Snow Canyon put together. Snow Canyon scored a touchdown. Cedar went 3 and out. Snow Canyon scored again, and all of a sudden Cedar's playing from 14 down.
Right, and when you're down that big of a hole already in the first quarter, it kind of shocks the team and takes away a lot of the morale. And you see players kind of starting to hang their heads low and already giving up pretty much by the first quarter.
So a 35-7 win for Snow Canyon. They'll finish out this regular season 8-1 overall. The one loss against Pine View in Region 9 play. Cedar drops to 6-3 or 6-4 overall with a 4-3 clip in the region. As we look at Region 9 real quick, Pine View was handling Hurricane no problem tonight. Snow Canyon will solidify its spot in second. Cedar and Dixie will actually be tied for third, and Dixie will hold the tiebreaker. Actually, Dixie tonight at Canyon View. So if they win that one, they would put themselves alone in third place, and Cedar would drop to fourth with tonight's loss. And Crimson,
so it sounds like either way, Dixie's fourth.
Dixie's going to be third. I think what we'll have is in the region, Pine View, Snow Canyon, Dixie, Cedar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on other games tonight. And Dixie was, I think, 21-7 up in the second quarter against Canyon View when I looked earlier tonight. Let's move on to the Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game. Christian, I mean, you think about it for a second, then you go, wait, I don't need to think about it.
Exactly.
It's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah. Landon Fry, 3 rushing touchdowns right there. It was pretty obvious that not just the offense, but the team as a whole kind of revolves around him. He's a special athlete. He put some great moves on the defender. He's a great leader, and he did what he needed to win this game.
11 carries, 52 yards, 3 touchdowns, as you mentioned, Christian. And then he was also very efficient and effective through the air. 15 of 19, 180 yards. No passing touchdowns, but he doesn't throw any picks. He was very effective. Only 4 incompletions on 19 attempts. That's a pretty good night.
I believe he did have 1 touchdown, the 67-yard pass.
You're right. You are right. I didn't even have that on here. So his stats even better than what I had.
But that pass, it's a little deceiving because most of that yardage came on the ground from the receiver taking the ball and running it. Most of the game we saw Fry kind of throwing short intermediate passes, and the receivers picking up most of the yards.
So his updated stats, 16 of 20 for 247 yards and a touchdown. plus the 3 rushing touchdowns. Good night for Brandon Fry. He gets the Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game. All right, this has been your Brad's Food Hut and Carter Creek Concrete to Go post-game wrap-up. Any last words, Christian?
I'm looking forward to – I haven't looked at the bracket at all, but is there any way that Snow Canyon and Pine View could possibly meet up in the playoffs?
You know, that's certainly a possibility. You'd have to look. The challenge becomes that so the UHSAA, for reasons that I'm sure they feel are relevant and legitimate, they hide the RPI during this final week of the season.
Right.
And so nobody knows exactly where teams are ending up until they release them again Friday morning, and then we can see how the bracket shakes out. Pineview and Snow Canyon will likely be near the top of. I mean, they are going to be near the top of the bracket or in the seeding, but it'll just depend on, you know, if Pineview's a 2 and Snow Canyon's a 4, they might be on opposite sides of the bracket and could meet up in the finals, or if they're on the same side of the bracket, they could meet up earlier than that. We'll just have to see. Yeah,
you mentioned earlier they played earlier this season, and it was a very close game. Snow Canyon could have won it on a last-second field goal, but they missed. Tonight they came out and they looked just dominant from the opening whistle, so I'd like to see them take on some pretty good teams in the playoffs and see how they do.
That would be fun to see those 2 teams play again. Some real quick scores from other games tonight. Dixie up 35-7 on Canyon View at the end of the third quarter. Pineview beat Hurricane 42-0, and Desert Hills up 14-10 on Crimson Cliffs early in the fourth. So this one an early finish tonight. Snow Canyon 35, Cedar 7. Christian Esparza, thanks so much for your time tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I want to thank Hannah McKeever back in the studio and thank all of our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in on Thunder 91.